Kamala Harris is a product of the media. And so Kamala Harris's popularity goes up when the media is favorable towards her, and it goes down when the media is unfavorable towards her. And so while Joe Biden really based his strength on the party and appeasing those party insiders and the party apparatus beneath him in order to secure his position, of course, when the party turned against him, he was done. I think the media has the same role for Kamala Harris. She's a more of a postmodern candidate. She is a candidate of language and symbol and affect and emotion that is, for the time being, propped up by a heavy media campaign around her. And so I think the tactic for the right has to be to try to drive a wedge between the media, which is really the kind of if you look at the new figures in the Democratic politics, if you look at AOC, if you look at even Bernie Sanders to a certain extent, and then of course Kamala Harris, you have to drive a wedge between the media and the candidate. And when she loses that base of support, or there even becomes kind of a more even playing field in that regard, I think we can have some advantage.
That's an interesting framing, because it suggests some agency that our side might have in doing this. How might we drive that wedge, as you put it, between Kamala and the media, which otherwise seems as glued as can be without daylight between them right now? I mean, after the DNC this week, I assume we're going to see a Steven Spielberg-style production that leaves nothing but room for applause from the media after that. You're into Labor Day. What might a wedge actually look like at a point where the junction looks like it's airtight right now?
Yeah, I think you have to attack Kamala Harris by proxy, and you have to attack the media figures more directly. And one of the things that we've done successfully, I think, in recent years, is we've taken the media reaction to George Floyd, and we've really, I think, successfully criticized and then demolished the credibility of many of the people who were promoting that. If you look at Ibram Kendi or Robin DiAngelo or any of the kind of leading lights, even in the New York Times, they're treated as a figure of ridicule, a figure of contempt. And so I think we have to do that at an accelerated pace and start embarrassing some of the media cheerleaders directly, because media people are susceptible to reputational pressure. The currency that we have in media is reputation, the power of our byline, the credibility that we have with the population, with peers, with other elites. And I think that a successful campaign would really be simultaneously, of course, putting pressure on the candidate, but also continuing to put pressure on the media, not in a blanket sense, not just saying, hey, it's all fake news, but actually going after some of those individual figures and really trying to put pressure even on those, say, center-left figures that have historically criticized Kamala Harris, to try to at least get some foothold, get some traction, and then see if we can, start kind of ruining this honeymoon with some bad weather in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, no, I think that's smart. I think that's very directed advice. And what's your appraisal of how we're doing on that so far?
Not great, not well at all, I would say, because look, I think you hinted at this just now in a previous exchange, but the right really hasn't figured out the best line of attack against Kamala Harris.